Born in Atlanta, Georgia, Carl Seldon was the second oldest child in his family.
My mama wanted him to be a teacher, but he didn't want to be a teacher, so that he turned out to be a golfer.
Carl began playing golf through caddying at Lincoln Country Club.
He caddied at the Lincoln Country Club. It was a 9-hole golf course. Half of the cemetery, half of golf.
Carl not only excelled as a student, but as an athlete as well. As a student at Henry McNeil Turner High School in Atlanta, Carl was a member of the varsity golf and basketball teams, serving as captain on both. After graduation, Carl stayed in Atlanta, enrolling at Clark College, now Clark Atlanta University, where he would also captain the school's golf and basketball teams.
Carl was a natural leader. The basketball team voted him captain of the basketball. He's probably one of the shortest guys on the team. And he led, and when he walked across campus, he had people admiring him, not only for his golf and his basketball, but his personality, charismatic in so many ways.
As captain, Carl would lead Clark's golf team to 4 straight Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Association Conference victories. After graduating with a degree in economics in 1963, Carl enlisted in the United States Army. After 2 years at Fort Benning, he was focused on returning to competitive golf.
Charlie Sifford wanted him to caddy for him, and he said, no. I said, why should I caddy for you and I could play myself?
Carl returned to playing competitive golf through African American golf tours across the country, winning the Southern Open twice at Lincoln Country Club and the Lee Elder Tournament in 1969.
When he was traveling, I had to make all his 8-track tapes, jazz. He loved jazz.
I know how much he struggled to try to get out there on tour, but he didn't have the financial backing.
When his competitive career started to wind down, Carl set out on a new goal: to become the first black member of the Georgia PGA.
There was a black professional who knew as much about the game as anyone in the city, and people listened to Carl. People came to him.
You know, it takes a special person to want to go up basically against the world for him to continue to strive forward and then earn the right to be a member. Man, that's truly amazing.
He never became a touring pro on the tour, but he became a pro, and he was appointed the first African-American professional over a city golf course in a predominantly white neighborhood. We were so proud of him becoming a head professional. We would go out in groups of 3 or 4 foursomes, and we would play all day long. We knew that Carl was there, and we were there to support him. It meant a lot. So I have nothing but personal admiration and personal pride in what Carl did.
Carl worked as head professional at Bobby Jones Golf Course, Browns Mill Golf Course, and North Fulton Golf Course. He also worked as a volunteer instructor with the First Tee of Atlanta at John A. White Golf Course. Carl used his position to start programs like Hook a Kid, which introduced golf to minority children in Atlanta, focusing on the values and lessons learned from golf. Over his career, Carl made an unimaginable impact on the lives of junior golfers across Atlanta.
There were so many young people that Carl influenced to take up the game of golf, even before First Tee, even before any of the formal programs in the city of Atlanta. Carl could be seen out here at North Fulton, or at Johnny White Golf Course, or at Tubb Homes, any of the municipal courses, coaching and teaching and walking around the golf course with young folks.
He would answer any, as a mentor, he would answer any questions the kids would have. He would give them whatever he could give them, whether it was golf balls, gloves, equipment. We asked and teach all the First Tee kids to create a go-to team that you can go to for help and advice that you trust. And he was that individual. He was a part of a lot of First Tee kids' go-to teams that they felt like they can get legitimate and real feedback from him, and then help guide them in the right direction.
Carl continued to be an active member of the Clark Atlanta University and Turner High alumni programs. He was inducted into the Clark Atlanta University Hall of Fame in 1990. He was also a strong community service advocate in the Dixie Hills community.
He did go back and like football program and stuff like that. He'll be into that, and he'll be involved of what's going on in Clark. Yeah, he did. His picture, his stuff is in the cage at Clark.
While he did not fulfill his mother's goal to become a teacher, he's remembered most for his ability to connect with Atlanta juniors and teach them the game of golf.
He enjoyed it because of the passion. He was passionate about golf, and he was passionate about getting more blacks involved in golf. Very few people really understood or knew what golf was all about in our community, but Carl was one of those people who was an ambassador of the game at a very, very early age.
After a lifetime of helping others learn the game of golf, Carl Seldon is now a Georgia Golf Hall of Fame member.
I'm real proud of him, proud of him, and some of it he was stunned that he went that far, because people thought a lot of him to do, to think about him to do that.
He would be over the moon. He would be very happy. And I know he's happy now, knowing that we're here talking about him in these terms, and with the impending induction into the Golf Hall of Fame of Georgia is a tremendous honor, and he would be very, very proud of it. Very, very proud of it.
I know Carl's looking down and smiling and grinning along with William Junebug Lewis. The two of them were partners in crime. He's put himself on the map, put his family on the map in such a way that it can't be taken away.
I think Georgia should be proud of Carl, the whole state. If you're a golfer, if you are a citizen of the state, you ought to know who this man was, because he made an outstanding contribution as a human being, as a golfer, and as a professional.